What is up, y'all? And welcome back to episode 35 of That's No Moon Pod. Every week when I hop on the mic and I'm thinking to myself, what exactly can I talk about in the next episode regarding either Star Wars, aliens, UFOs, comic books, Marvel, DC, whatever. And as y'all may know, the UFO alien topic has been popping off, to say the least, within the past 6 months or so. Um, each week, it seems like we get another new piece of the puzzle, another crazy story, whether it's on the news or through Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp's podcast, Weaponized, through Joe Rogan, through UFO Twitter, whatever. And this week is the exact same thing that's been happening each week. We get another piece of the pie that drops from our neighbors up north in Canada. And Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp released this memo on their podcast today from this man, Larry Maguire, who is a Canadian member of parliament. And he writes this memo to Canada's Minister of National Defense, Anita Anand, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if not. But this man, Larry Maguire, member of parliament in Canada, sends a memo to the National Minister of National Defense regarding UFO reverse engineering programs and how they need to get ahead of all this before things really hit the fan. And by things, I mean panic and distrust from the people that live in your country. And I'm talking about Canada and all the other countries that I'm going to bring up that have something to do with this memo coming from this member of parliament in Canada. And he's trying to tell this woman that pretty much I know that we have secret programs and alliances around the world with other different countries and governments regarding secret programs that try to reverse engineer crashed or recovered extraterrestrial or whatever you want to call it spacecrafts or UAP. And instead of coming clean about it and being open with the public and the citizens of these countries, they're either deciding to secretly lie and hide behind closed doors about what exactly is going on and what they're doing with these said extraterrestrial vehicles. And this guy, Larry Maguire, he's letting it be known and again, thanks to Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, who've proven that everything that this man is saying in this document has so much more implications on our world and just our species and just us as a society regarding just alien technology and extraterrestrial life. Because in this memo he says and names this secret alliance between 5 different countries or continents within our world: the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, called the Five Eyes program, where pretty much think of Illuminati or whatever you want to call it, secret society of whatever. But you got these 5 different nations who have come together to discuss and share information, uh, give each other deals on certain weaponry within the military, or just any kind of deals that can be made that have anything to do with either supplying these secret extraterrestrial vehicles to be worked on, or whether it's just getting money from one nation from another, and being able to keep this secret society within our government and military, this Five Eyes program group. It sounds like something out of a John Wick movie or something, right? Or it's like we're in the Bourne Ultimatum or something. And this guy, Larry Maguire, I believe he knows about these programs. He's not just saying, why aren't we, doing more than what we currently are doing? He definitely knows that these programs exist and that there's people that have access to these secret reverse engineering programs. And I'm pretty sure he believes that this lady who's ahead of the pretty much the defense secretary of Canada, he's pretty much telling her, look, either you know that all this stuff is going on, or you're not being read into all this craziness, because even you aren't even cleared to have access into these need to know programs, when she should have all the access, right? So either she doesn't know about this Five Eyes program between these nations, these 5 nations that all speak English and have no form of barrier in between them, communication wise, through language. Everything can be pretty easily dealt with while trying to make certain agreements. I know the US made some kind of agreement with Australia, billions of dollars regarding submarines for our military, like nuclear warhead submarines. And this was all being done and dealt with within this Five Eyes program between these nations, who discuss between themselves their advancements and their hypotheses and theories on all these reverse engineering programs with these extraterrestrial vehicles. And like Larry Maguire, I believe that he's doing the right thing because he's trying to push for Canada to spill the beans on themselves because they're going to get spilled either way. And last week, if you watched last episode of where we went over the second part of the David Grush whistleblower story, and we had that whole Vegas UFO alien crash landing in that family's backyard, and even that whole story, I think for the most part, if you ask people, they'll tell you it was either a hoax that they faked it to get some kind of clout or something, right? But I've heard from different things that the whole area got locked down and the family never answered their door or left, didn't want to get interviewed or ask questions. Or then I heard that they went missing, that they don't know where exactly they went. They just left their property, and it's just like, I mean, it could have just been a whole type of psyop to begin with to kind of, I don't know, put the heat on another type of news story besides the David Grush whistleblower story, because that was, he was bringing the heat, and then that Vegas UFO crash story um, was literally right after all that, and the Vegas UFO story with the family kind of overshadowed the David Grush story, which is kind of crazy because here you got this family, this hysterical family who's freaking out about a 10-foot tall alien creature that may have crashed in their backyard. And, you know, of course, that's going to get more clicks and views online because that sounds like some Roswell thing, or it sounds like some sci-fi movie TV show, X Files. And David Grush, no matter what you think of him, he's legit and his credentials are legit. But everything that he said, we've all known to be true. If you know, you know. So himself and the whole story together, whenever you got this whole UFO crash in Vegas, is just a lot more sexier than what David Grush is saying, talking to Ross Coulthart. But getting back to the whole memo from Canada, this just goes back to how long we've been lied to. And they said that this has been going on since the 30s, 40s, 50s, where our governments in our world, our militaries have known about extraterrestrial vehicles, crashes, aliens, um, and they kept everything from us. They've kept any kind of advancements in science, medical science, any kind of technology, um, spirituality, religion. These ignorant, greedy people, we'll call them people, have been lying to me, to you, to your parents, to your grandparents, to all of us for all these years, and continue not to see any consequences. When, imagine, when you really think about it, not only are they holding back information regarding extraterrestrial life and UFOs being real, Area 51, all these things, right? But who knows what else beyond just being able to fly in the air really fast and being able to pretty much act like you're not even there in the sky or underwater or in space. But I believe there's more that has been kept from us regarding our consciousness, our brain, our DNA, our spirit. All these things have been held back from us by our own species. The same kind of people that wake up every day and go to sleep every night, put their socks on and their chonies on. And there's people out there right now, somewhere, that know about aliens, UFOs, secret treaties, secret programs, agencies, reverse engineering programs, people that can make you disappear. There's people, and there's always been people out there who've been not only hiding from the public themselves, but hiding information from the public. And not only hiding it, but lying about it, acting like they don't know nothing, acting like they've never known anything when they've known everything all along. And as all these pieces of the puzzle start to come together, this, I don't know, million piece puzzle that we've been trying to put together for almost 100 years now, it seems like it's getting closer to being solved. And when it does, I just hope that the people that were in charge of holding us back as a species and continuing to lie to us for greed, for their pockets, I hope they all get what they deserve. But what they deserve isn't for me to say. But I think soon, finally, we'll all begin to realize together what exactly we are and what our purpose is here and what really matters and what true potential truly is for everyone. These secret programs that have UFOs in their possession who've probably had extraterrestrial species shake hands with us human beings on this planet. I mean, think about War of the Worlds, right? Way back, that radio broadcast. Imagine hearing that back in the day and thinking that it's real because that's exactly what happened. People legit thought that aliens were invading the world in the 1930s on the radio. Imagine if that were to happen today governments and military have been lying to their people since the beginning. Japan lied to their people that no, the US they can't bomb us. There's no way they could do that. But they knew we could, and they knew we probably would, and we did. But they lied to their people just like Germany, the Nazis lied to their people, and the Russians lied to their people. All back then because they knew about these UFOs, whether they were crashed, recovered, given as gifts. We all know the Nazis and their bell shaped UFO that was rumored back then. And I think, obviously, where there's smoke, there's fire. I know presidents that have probably seen and possibly shaken hands with these extraterrestrial species. And go back to Roswell, where uh, Eisenhower flew in to Wright Patterson to go see these crash material from Roswell. And again, JFK might have been thinking about saying too much at the wrong time when they didn't want him to, and look what happened to him. And they continue to try to silence certain topics and words even from being brought up on the internet. And any of these sites can just take it down because someone within these platforms didn't like or agree with what was said, and they could just be like, that's gone. No more. Even though we should all have a right to these things, right? And I think we all have a right to know whether or not we're alone in this universe and what our true potential is as a species. Because holding us in the dark is only going to make things worse. Again, if the world of worlds were to happen today, and I've been saying this, predicting this, to where I think that if you remember the Phoenix Lights, um, I think there could be another possibility of something like that happening in the near future, to where if you've seen the movie Signs, to where Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix, and those kids, they're watching on the TV, all the lights popping up across the country on the news. I don't think it would necessarily be that global, but I think pretty soon there's going to be not necessarily a faked or staged UFO uh, like invasion, air quotes invasion, but there'll be some sort of incident where on TV, on the news, or on the internet, wherever, but there's going to be these bright lights glowing, hovering over some city that a lot of people are going to see. And it's going to start this whole cycle again of, are we alone? Are we ready? Are we prepared for an alien invasion? Or are we just going to do the whole don't look up movie type deal and act like it's not happening? Because things are happening. And are we going to be able to stop it? I don't know. But I'd rather know ahead of time just to be safe, please. But yeah, like I said, this guy, Larry McGuire, sending out these memos to the people who should be dealing with these situations and aren't, and continuing to lie to their people. People like David Grush and this guy, Larry McGuire. are the people that we need coming forward, and that goes for guys like Ryan Graves and um, I'm forgetting the other David Fravor and so many other people that have been coming out recently regarding this topic because we have a right to know. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in. I really enjoy coming on here every week, and the UFO topic is just popping every week, it seems like now. Different news stories. Um, it's never ending, and I have a feeling it's not going to end for a while. So I hope y'all stick around with me. Follow me on Snapchat at admire my moon pie. This is gonna be my main plug. Um, I wanted to get off at admire my moon pie on Snapchat. I post full pages of every comic book that I'm reading from now on. So on my Instagram, which all the links are down below in the description, um, I'm posting every page from every comic book that I'm reading from now on. And on my Instagram, I'll be posting the variant covers of the comic books. So on my IG, I'll have the variant covers. And then on my Snapchat, I'll have every single full page of the comic book on my Snapchat. So you could go on there, read them, screenshot them. It's yours. Follow me on Twitch at Admire My Moonsalt. I'm trying to live stream more. Hopped on Jedi Survivor again last night. Um, Follow me on there. But yeah, follow me on Instagram for sure because that's where I'm posting everything on there. Um, and yeah, new episode next week. Thanks again for tuning in and like, comment, subscribe. Much love. And until next time, y'all have a great rest of y'all's week. Y'all stay safe. And I'll catch y'all on the flip. Peace.